Let's take this problem. It's about issue of shares at premium and then pro rata allotment. We have Maharaja Limited issued 1000 shares of rupees 10 each at a premium of rupees 2 per share payable as follows. You have information about the amount that should be paid at application 2 at allotment including premium of 5. Okay, including premium, so it is 5, first call is 3 and final call is 2. So what is the premium amount? Here the premium amount is 2, so the allotment amount is 3 plus premium of 2. Applications were received for 1500 shares. What was issued is only 1000 and the application has been received for 1500 and allotment was made on a pro rata basis. The money overpaid with applications was adjusted to allotment dues. Okay. Mr. Raja, to whom 30 shares were allotted, failed to pay the final call and his shares were forfeited later on these shares. His shares were forfeited and later these shares were reissued to Vijay at rupees 9 per share. Okay. You have to show the journal entries in the books of companies. Now let's understand how much the money had come in, how much had gone for application, allotment. We'll understand what is the inflow, okay, what was supposed to be received, what was actually received, whether there is any surplus or whether there is any shortage. Okay, so we'll do that first. So we'll prepare that table. So first I'll have particulars. In that I'll basically capture the stages where money is going to be received. In that the first stage is money will be received on application. Money will be received on application. So the amount that is received at the time of application is 2 per share. Okay, but what is the amount that was received? Because the company has issued 1000 shares, so we'll find what is the amount that is actually due. The amount due is 2 into 1000 shares, that is 2000. But what was the amount that was actually received? Amount received is rather 2 into 1500. Okay, so it is 3000. So we basically have excess here. What is the excess amount? It was 1000 and we don't have any arrears. So this is what happening at this stage of application. Then at the stage of allotment, what is the information we have? The company should receive the premium and the allotment money. The allotment money is 3 and the premium is 2. Okay, so we'll put that it is basically 3 plus 2. So the amount that is due at allotment stage is 3 plus 2, that is 5 into 1000, 5000. Okay, I'll split that. It is basically 3000 of allotment plus 2000 of premium. But what happened? What was actually received? See here, please note, the company has received application for 1500. What they are going to allot is only 1000, so they have an excess of 1000. This excess will be adjusted at the time of allotment. At the time of allotment, the company is in need of, or they have to receive 5000, but of this 1000 can be adjusted. Okay, so the amount due is 5000, but what the company is going to receive is only 4000. And why this is happening? Because this excess is going to be adjusted here. Okay, so amount due is 5000 and amount received is 4000. You don't have any issue. Then we'll move on to the first call. On first call, what is the money that is due? On first call, the money that is due is 3. So it is 3 into 1000, 3000, that is the due, and what was received is also same, that is 3 into 1000, 3000. So you don't have any excess or deficit here. We'll move on to the final call. So on final call, what is the amount that is due? It is 2. So that makes put together 10 plus 2. So this 2 should have been received on 1000 shares. So it is 2 into 1000, it is 2000. But what happened is they have not received some amount from 30 shares. Okay, so this was received only on 970 shares. So it is 970 into 2. Only to that extent amount was received, that is 1940. Okay, so you don't have anything excess. Okay, rather you are facing what is known as arrears. You are facing a shortage or arrears. Amount due is 2000, amount what is received is 1940. So there is a shortage of 60. Okay, so with this information, now we have to go and prepare each and every journal entry. So we'll start. The first one, we'll pass an entry when share application money is received. So entry is going to be bank account debit to share application money account, and it was received on 1500 applications into 2, so it is 3000. Okay, this is simple. Now from this share application money, one portion is transferred to share capital and the excess portion is not refunded, it is rather transferred to allotment. So entry will be share application money account debit to share capital. See, what goes to share capital is only on 1000 shares into 2. Okay, it is 1000 into 2, 2000. But what was received in share application money, it is 3000. So we have an excess of 1000 that will go to share allotment. So I'll write it as SA share allotment account 1000. Right. Next, we have to pass the due entry for share allotment, and here we calculated what is the due entry for share allotment. It is 5000. Okay, so it is 5000, right? So the due entry is share allotment account debit, it is 5000, but this entire 5000 is not for share capital because only one portion goes to share capital, the other portion goes to share premium account. Okay, so what goes to share capital is 3 into 1000, that is 3000, and what goes to share premium is 2 into 1000, 2000. Okay, so this is about the share allotment. Then we have to pass an entry for the receipt. So what is that? We have receipt. Okay, so I'll put an entry bank account debit. What is the amount that was received? Okay, the amount that was received is only 4000. Okay, then what happens to the remaining 1000? See, that remaining 1000 is adjusted from share application money. Okay, so the entry is going to be bank account debit to share allotment account 4000. So the due was 5000 and that is getting closed by 4000 through bank. Okay, and already it was closed through share application money. So that is a point which we have to keep in mind. Okay, then we should pass due entry for the first call. Okay, the first call due entry is going to be equity share first call account. And what was the amount that was due? We have calculated the amount that was due is 3000. So it was 3000 and the credit goes to share capital account 3000. Okay, then realization, we have to pass an entry bank account debit to equity share first call account. So that is 3000. Here we don't have any issue, but when it comes to final call, okay, let's pass the due entry first. Equity share final call account debit. The amount is same 3000, I believe. Yes, it's not 3000, it is rather 2000. Okay, it is 2000 to share capital account 2000. So that is done. But when it comes to the realization, you have an issue. You have not realized all. Look at here, you have realized only 1940, right? So we'll put that bank account debit to equity share final call account, to equity share final call account, what was received is only 1940. Okay, it means there is a arrear. There is an arrear, so we'll transfer this difference to the arrears. Okay, entry is going to be calls in arrears account. Entry is going to be calls in arrears account debit. The difference is 60 to equity share final call account. To equity share final call account, nothing but this account, right? Final call account, and it is 60. So in that way, the arrears have been transferred to calls in arrears account. Now, since there is an arrear of 60 on how many shares? 30 shares. Okay, on 30 shares there is an arrear of 60. The company is going to go for forfeiture. It means they would have debited this company for the entire face value, that is 10. Okay, so that is, or that should be cancelled. So entry is going to be equity share capital account debit with respect to those 30 shares which are being forfeited. Okay, so that is 300. Now this calls in arrears debit will not come back, so we'll cancel that. To calls in arrears account, which is 60, and what they have already paid is 240, so that will go to forfeited shares account. To forfeited shares account, it is 240. So in this way, this 30 shares account chapter is closed, but the company is going for a reissue. They are going to reissue this shares to another person at a different price. At what price they are going to reissue? They are going to reissue at 9 per share. So when they reissue at 9 per share, this 30, so 30 into 9, they would get 270. But on these shares already they have received 30 into 8, that is 240. So they have already received 510, but what is actually required on this share is only 30 into 10, 300. So there is an excess portion of how much? 510 minus 300, that is 210. This excess portion is called as capital reserves. So understand, 510 has been received, of which 300 will go to share capital and 210 will go to reserves and surplus. So the entry for reissue is going to be, this money is going to come in now to the bank. Okay, so entry will be bank account debit, how much? 270, and this money was parked in forfeited shares account. Cross check, it was parked in forfeited shares account, so we have to cancel that. So forfeited shares account debit 240, and credit should go to share capital because it is reissued, to share capital account 300, and to capital reserves, that is the balancing figure, which is 210. So we have to say 30 shares have been reissued, that is 30 forfeited shares have been reissued at 9 as per board resolution, and profit on reissue. Okay, the profit on reissue is transferred to capital reserves.
Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you liked this lecture. If you wish to learn more on the areas related to this topic, check our comprehensive course. I have shared the details and link in the description below. Click, sign up and enroll. I'll see you inside the course.